Well, hello there. I am back to talk travel and travel capsule wardrobe, and this trip is going to be another one of my 4-day trips, but I have about 6 events to attend, and I will also be taking a bathing suit and a cover-up because there may be pool time. Let's talk about my wardrobe. So I identified that I'm going to need about 6 outfits, and I put together a capsule wardrobe of 11 pieces. So my travel day is my denim jacket. We'll talk about that because I already have my pockets kind of prepped for that. I have a sweater vest that is sleeveless because I'm going from very cold temperatures, so in the 40s, high 30s, to 90-degree weather. So I'm making sure that I'm layering so that I'll stay warm when I'm leaving Tennessee and I'm actually going to Texas. So this will be my travel day top, and as well as a pair of denim trousers, my belt, and these accessories that I'll be wearing the morning of. So that's already 3 pieces. Then I have another pair of straight leg denim, more of like a jegging, if you will. These are ankle length on me, and I'm vacillating between taking a bone colored pair of these instead of this because I have 2 denim pairs, but I also like the idea of being able to wear the navy or denim with navy so that it kind of creates a column, so that then I can have a topper or a layering piece over that really ties things in nicely. And I should also mention that I have pre-packed everything. I'm literally just taking everything out of the packing cube, and I do this ahead of time. Before almost every trip, I pack in a packing cube maybe a week ahead of time. And then a few days before I'm to leave, I take everything out of the packing cube, review, and make sure that that's exactly what I want to take with me. And I'm also checking to see how do things wrinkle. And I always take Downy spray wrinkle remover with me, so that's never an issue. But it's nice to kind of know how wrinkly pieces are going to get. And that sometimes is a determining factor for me if I'm going to actually take that piece. Is it worth it? Or should I take something else that may become wrinkled a little bit less? I want to also mention that I'm packing all of my items fit into the medium to small size of the Trip Travel Gear compression packing cubes. And it fits perfectly inside of this suitcase. And you should have a little bit of B-roll where I'm showing you how all of this kind of fits in this small bag. We're going to talk about this suitcase as well briefly today, but I'm also taking a very lightweight cardigan. So this is cotton, let's see, and it is a Jones New York collection. It is cotton and nylon, and I wanted to take, because I'm going into 90-degree weather, I wanted to take something that was very thin, but also that would offer me some warmth in air conditioning, because I know that typically when you're in meetings and big conference rooms, it's very, very cold. So this is another important piece that I have with me. You'll see that I actually have quite a few layering pieces because I'm not really sure exactly what's going to be my comfort level while I'm there. And it helps when you have the layering pieces because you can put them on or take them off. This is another layering piece. This is Chico's Black Label. It's lace, and it's cut more like a motorcycle jacket, moto jacket. And this is a great piece. I really love this, and you'll see how I'm going to layer that with a nicer dress that I'm taking with me to really kind of make that a really nice outfit. And speaking of the dress, this is a Michael Stars dress, and I can say that it's not really travel friendly as I would like it to be, because obviously it's a little bit wrinkly here at the bottom, so I'm not super fond of that. But it is a mock wrap dress, and it's elasticized waist, which is also nice, I am taking a belt to wear with this, and it's perfect to layer because it's kind of closer fitting to the body, so it will layer nicely with this cardigan. It would also, and on one of the nicer evenings, I plan to wear it with this lace cardigan. So love the way that's going to look together. Okay, this is another layering piece as well as a navy tank top that I have. And this is Express. The tank top is Express, and it's a cotton, completely, I think 100% cotton. So that will kind of keep me cool if I'm outdoors. But then also when I'm indoors, I can layer this also. So this is another Chico's piece, and it does have the sleeve, kind of just a little bit of a sleeve sewn in, not much. And so this is more of a kimono style. And this is going to really go great with so many different outfit items. Notice how pretty that is with that. And it also looks great with the jeans and the trousers, which I love. And then my last two items, so this is also a Chico's kimono. It is very, very thin. This is made of 100% polyester, but it's easy and breezy. I could even use this as a robe instead of actually bringing a robe to put over my pajamas, because of just it's really nice coverage. And then I have this layered with a metallic gold Chico's tank top. And again, because I'm planning to attend some nicer evening things, I wanted to have some sparkle and some kind of fun, something a little bit more fun to wear. And initially I had planned to really wear this with this golden colored cardigan, and it looks really pretty with that. It almost makes it look like a sweater set, like it was intended to be worn together, which I really, really like. I can show you that this can also be worn together as well. This dress, because of the elastic waist, it's actually a lot shorter. It appears to be maybe knee length the way I'm showing it here, but it's actually not quite mid-thigh, but it's about 3 to 4 inches above my knee. So it actually falls just under where the kimono length falls. So now I wanted to talk a little bit about how I kind of prep myself for my trip. Most of us, when we're flying somewhere, we're taking an early morning flight. And the way I kind of set myself up for success is much ahead of time, maybe a week or so ahead of time. I actually create my travel outfit. So I have everything here as I'm getting dressed in the morning, so I'm not forgetting anything. And that includes like my belt, because I will obviously want to have that with me. And I usually put my compression socks in my denim jacket. So I'll go ahead and show you kind of my setup for that as well. This denim jacket, of course, has 2 exterior pockets, but then it also has the interior pockets. And I've already have those somewhat locked and loaded, and I'll show you what I have in my pockets already. Because as I'm kind of creating my outfit and I'm setting this aside, I have a hook in my room that's specific for my travel outfits, or, you know, even if I'm not traveling, if I have an early meeting and I want to make sure everything's just so, or if I have a speaking engagement. What this helps me do ahead of time is I'm actually kind of walking through my travel time and my travel day so that I'm not forgetting something. I made sure that I put my Heroclip in my pocket, as well as my bracelets. So these are my travel day bracelets, and I will probably put these in this little bag with my earrings. So anything that I know that I'm going to need on my travel day, I'm setting myself up for success. And this pocket is blank because that's typically where I put my little comfort bag when I'm traveling, when I'm in my seat, that has a few medications. It has like an Alka-Seltzer type product in it. It has a toothbrush. It has some toothpaste tabs, a Band-Aid, just the bare minimum, but something, and chapstick, but something that I may need if I'm sitting in the seat and I'm uncomfortable or need something so I'm not having to rummage through my bag. It also has some lipstick in it and a couple of other things like that are pretty standard issue, and hand sanitizing wipes. Now this side, you've seen this many times. This is typically my scarf that I travel with and that I always have with me on a travel day. However, depending on the temperature when I leave Tennessee, I may actually replace this one or add an addition to this, an alpaca scarf, because they're very lightweight, but they're very warm. So if this is my only outerwear, I'll be a little warmer with an alpaca scarf. And then it can also be worn as a shawl if I wanted to take it even with me into my meetings. Okay, more pocket stuff. So this is for my tray table and all of that. I have a second one, different brand, nail file. These are just some basic things that I keep in my pockets so that I'm really ready to go. And also by having this on a hanger and kind of knowing what I have to take with me, I'm able to reference this as I'm putting my wardrobe together. So, as you're planning your capsule wardrobe, you're able to kind of look back, oh, I do have that pair of pants. That will look great with this particular thing. And especially if you have a smaller wardrobe and you're wearing multiple things and doing laundry quite frequently, you may not have eyes on certain things until you do your laundry or you're putting things away or maybe cleaning out a closet. So it really helps to kind of have this set up so that you are really setting yourself up for success for the morning that you have to leave the house, and you have everything you need all in one place, hanging on a hook or maybe someplace in your closet or even on a doorknob, but you have what you need so that it's kind of mindless. You don't even have to think about it. You just get dressed. Now I'd like to talk about this TravelPro suitcase. This is actually carry-on compliant. It does count as a carry-on bag. It is much smaller than a standard carry-on suitcase. And like I said, it's by TravelPro. There will be a link for this below. I've been testing this for about 6 months and I really like it. So some of you have been watching my videos for a while. You know that I do fly in and out of a regional airport. And we do have Allegiant, but this flight I'll be flying on Delta. And I took a trip about 2 weeks ago also flying on Delta. And Delta is really cracking down and is really sticking to this 2-item minimum. So literally, if you have your lunchbox, it's no longer allowed. I was flying Delta before and I could take a lunch on board with me and it was no problem. Now, apparently, it is a problem. So I'm at the airport. I made the mistake of going to the check-in desk upstairs and talking to a counter agent named and her supervisor was standing right there. And they both told me that I was not allowed to take my lunch on the airplane as a extra item. She told me I had to consolidate my lunch into my other carry-on bag, or they would have to check my luggage according to federal regulations. I just went online and I read the FAA documentation, and there's nothing on there that regulates 2 carry-on items. Both said there is federal regulation that will not allow Delta any more than 2 bags on per person. But here I am standing at the gate There are people with neck pillows. There are other people with bags of food from the restaurants here in the airport.
And this lady had a sling bag when I went through Atlanta.
So explain to me, please explain to me how it is that I'm not allowed to take my lunch and I have food allergies, but these people are allowed to have a third item. I am pretty fired up about this. I actually called Delta, and the agent on the phone actually hung up on me and told me to go online and file a complaint, and an official investigation will be done. They're not going to do anything. I'm pretty upset, but hopefully my bag will get there. And another thing is, the agent did not even ask me, did I have batteries in the bag that she was going to put in the belly of the airplane? Did I have anything in that suitcase that could be a problem? So I actually had to step aside and rifle through and get my toothbrush out of my suitcase so that it wasn't checked into under the airplane with a lithium battery, because it's a Sonicare rechargeable. Anyway, yeah. All right, I'm ending this now, and I will keep you guys updated. So everything has to be put into 2 bags. Now, the other issue that I have is because I am flying in and out of a regional airport. The biggest problem I have is that oftentimes they want to gate check your bag, and I've had luggage damage that way. And also, because of the gate checking, the reason that they're doing that most of the time is that the space on board of the airplane is quite small. And this seems to have solved all of the problems, ticks all of the boxes for me. And the measurements of this are 18 by 14 by 8. You know, this handle kind of scrunches down. It might be a half an inch or a scotch one way once it's been packed. So I'm not sure that I would try to take this on my Allegiant flights. I might try it sometime, but for right now, I know that this will still be undersized, so that more than likely I'll be able to take this on a regional airplane when I'm flying out of my regional airport. It will fit under a seat if necessary, so that's pretty easy. It just rolls and goes right underneath the seat. And I've only done this one time where I've used this under the seat just to see what would happen. And it's actually about the size of one of my backpacks. So I can see where, and because of it has wheels in the back, it does not have the 4 wheels. The nice thing about this is once you can just still, even though it's not the 4 wheels, you can still just carefully tip it under and it goes right under the seat really easily. I really like the wheels, and I also like the fact that it's 2 wheels instead of 4, because what I've noticed is in some situations, and I experienced this a lot when I was in Europe, if you have a bag that has 4 wheels and you're on a cobblestone street on a hill, if your luggage doesn't have a brake on the wheels, you might be chasing your bag down the hill. So what I love about this is that it basically has a built-in brake because it's only on 2 wheels, and once it's sitting, it's completely secure. Also has 3 adjustments for the handle, which I find is quite nice because you're pulling the bag behind you, and so getting that kind of right height adjustment is really important if you're pulling your bag like that. But I also like the fact that when I'm on a regional airplane and it's quite small and tight going down that middle aisle, I love the fact that the handle is so ergonomic, and especially for me as a fairly small female, it's really easy to kind of almost rest this on your thigh and be able to walk through that center aisle. The other nice thing is it has a grab handle on the side as well. So I've also done this, walking out of the airplane, kind of resting this on my thigh and walking down that very narrow center aisle. I'll show you a couple of other features about this bag. The only downside, I feel like this would be the very perfect bag if it had a handle on the bottom, and it doesn't. But I also understand that this bag is probably not going to be one that necessarily goes in the overhead. And you still have your side grab handle, which is nice. And it's still fairly easy to maneuver because it's not as heavy and it's not as unwieldy as a standard carry-on size. So there are two zippers here on the front. So one could be like for phone, passport, if you print your paper tickets. And then there's a smaller or a larger pocket as well that you could probably fit an e-reader in here or an iPad mini. That would be fine, but it's not padded, so it would only be just so you could have easy access to it. And then there is a section here that again is not padded, but you probably could put a laptop in a neoprene case down into, or reading materials. If you have a planner or a calendar, that would also be great. It is fairly thin though. It doesn't, I couldn't put my 1-inch thick planner down in here. I'd have to actually put it inside of the case. But reading materials, anything that's flat, a laptop in a neoprene case would be a great idea. And then this is the layout for the interior. And you'll probably see some B-roll where I'll show you a little bit more of this and how I had this packed initially. But I do like this section. I love that I can put things like my laundry bag. When I come home, I use one of these compression bags, and this one is by Eagle Creek. I really like it. You've seen my valet trays, and I have quite a few of those. Of course, they're flat. They pack flat, so it's nice to have a home for them in here. I put my dirty underclothes and socks always in this bag. I have a few fabric softener sheets that I keep just for deodorizing my case. A Ziploc bag, kind of random Ziploc bag, but you never know when you could use that. And then I also use this Scrubba wash bag, which I will also link in the description box. And this is great for doing sink laundry. I absolutely love doing hand washing in that Scrubba bag. And you'll notice that I'm actually only taking 3 tops with me, including my travel day top. And that's okay because I intend to wash 1 or 2 of them just so that I have choices. But also I just want to kind of keep things fairly lean so that I can travel light with a small bag. And being able to do the laundry with especially those tank tops, it will probably dry overnight or within 24 hours if I hang it in the bathroom, and it works perfectly. So another great part about this bag, besides it having this other compartment, and also the zippers are really quite nice. Not indicated if they are YKK or not, but they're very nice TravelPro zippers, and I know that this bag is going to last me a very long time. So the interior of this bag comes with these 2 compression areas that have little pockets. And so one of them, I actually have my socks in this side. All of my socks are kind of folded flat and put in this little pouch. And on this side, I have my underwear. And it fits perfectly. Pretty much everything fits. Is it all just undies? Oh, I have some socks on this side too and some safety pins. So this works really great. And then I have my various things in here. Let me show you my shoes. Since I'm going to be in Dallas, I thought that I would be a little bit in style. I wanted to take boots with me, but I just don't know that I can do boots. I'm actually thinking that these are going to be my travel day shoes because I really am comfortable in these, and I think they would be comfortable for some of the meetings during the day when we're having to sit for a long time in large groups. So this might be comfortable. But I also have this pair of Lucky brand. These are little shooties, if you will, little booty shooties. And I think these are going to look really great with everything that I've planned out. So I'm excited to be able to wear these. And I know that wearing heels all day in a meeting might be kind of crazy. So I made sure that I put some of those memory foam inserts in the ball part of the shoe so that hopefully they'll be a little bit more comfortable. And if I can't wear them during the day, I can always wear them to the evening events, and that will be just fine. My water filter, I'll just tell you actually what I have here. This little bag is actually what I keep my microphone in. This is my feminine products for the bathroom. I usually put this on the back of the toilet when I'm in a hotel or Airbnb after wiping it down with a, sanitizing wipe. But because this has flowers and it's kind of busy looking, it actually kind of reminds me that it's there so that I can make sure that I pack it when I'm ready to go. So I am going to be sharing a room. So I am taking my earplugs, and I'm also taking a sleep mask with me. And I prefer the sleep masks that have the kind of cupped eyes because they're a lot more comfortable for me when I'm sleeping. And I find that I don't fiddle with them as much or try to take it off. It just feels a lot more comfortable because my eyes have a place to be and my eyelashes as well. And these are my medicines or what I'm taking in the morning, or at nighttime I have some melatonin. I am taking my thermos with me and a water bottle. So this is what I use for my coffee and tea. And then I'm also taking a water bottle that I can refill every day. Aluminum S-hooks. These are really important, and you can use them in the bathroom to dry your clothes. You can actually hang them in the closet and hang your denim jacket on there because it's not going to really damage the back of your denim jacket. Also great to hang your scarf or belts on when you're traveling. So I love having my S-hooks with me. This thing, you guys have probably seen this many, many times as well. This is a sink stopper. And if you're someplace where, honestly, some of the more modern hotels, a lot of them actually don't have sink stoppers on the back of the faucet. So, and it's just a regular drain. And unfortunately, if you are doing sink laundry or need to wash something out, this is the only way to go. And I think I'm going to put this in this flat section. I always take this little set of silverware with me. It's not silverware, it's woodenware, but it's a fork, knife, and spoon. And the knife is not serrated, so I've never had a problem taking this on a flight with TSA. So it enables me to be able to pack my lunch while I'm gone. And again, I have food allergies, and I always pack my lunch and have groceries delivered or even go grocery shopping when I'm staying somewhere so that I can have my meals prepared, and it keeps me well and healthy so that I'm not uncomfortable or sick during my trip. Another neat thing about this suitcase is they have a zip off. This was included. It's a kind of a wet bag, and I actually use it as a toiletry bag. So it comes unzipped, and I put all of my liquid items in this. So I have TSA pre-check, and that's okay. I've never been asked to take my liquids out, but if I would be asked, because they say that they can still ask you, they're still allowed to, or if they make you go through the regular line and you're forced to take your liquids out, then it's fairly easy to do that because it's zipped onto the side of the suitcase, and I'm not having to rifle through to find my 311 bag. So I'm just going to leave that way. And here's my this is my tripped bag. I do have a camisole in here. Oh, I have a reversible camisole, which is also helpful because let's say I didn't have time to do laundry and I needed another tank top. I could potentially wear this even on the black side. And I also love the fact that it is V-neck one way, scoop neck the other. But this is technically not an additional item because it's underclothes, but if I had to kind of fudge it and, you know, if I needed something else to wear, it would be okay. But I'm actually taking this as underclothes. And then this is my bathing suit. Is fairly simple, just has a shelf bra inside. And then I also have, this is not a matching set, but I've had this for probably 20 years. It's just a cute little polka dotted cover up so that I'm not really inappropriate walking through a hotel lobby in my bathing suit. I am taking a third pair of shoes. So the heels, the sneakers, and I'm taking this pair of sandals. They're J. Crew. They're very basic, but they're easy shoes to take, and they are flat, which is also great. They're fold down to almost nothing. But I intend to use these if I go to the pool. Also, I intend to use them as my house slippers in the room, or maybe my feet hurt after wearing my heels all day and I'm still going to go to dinner, or I'm going to go to an after party of some sort, and I still want to look a little elevated than wearing my tennis shoes, then these will work out just fine. The other great thing about that, because I wear a size 7.5 or 8 in shoes, is that my shoes are not quite 12 inches long, and they fit exactly down that center area where the handles go and the humpity humps in the inside of the suitcase where those divots are located. Okay, I have a little sound machine. I will definitely link this below. This has been a lifesaver. I love the little case. It doesn't come with the case. You purchase that separately, and it is a little spendy, but I love the fact that this is protected. This also acts as a speaker, so if you'd like to play music, you can also use that, but I typically use it as a sound machine. I'm also taking my flat iron with me. I don't always use my flat iron on my hair, but another kind of hack that you can use a flat iron for is for ironing. And most of what I'm taking with me, I'd have to be super careful with, but let's say the wrinkle releaser could not get the wrinkles out of the sleeve of this sweater. Having a flat iron is a really great quick fix. It's wonderful for ironing collars. It's wonderful for doing sleeves. I've done it down the, I guess, lapel area of a sweater before. Down the button placket, I've been able to use a flat iron for that. So multi-uses for taking a flat iron with you besides just hair. I have a brush, and I use, if any of you have ever gotten a little Brighton tchotchke or jewelry, they usually give you one of these bags. I use the bags to put over my hairbrush because I don't want my hair all in my clothing, and I also want to keep this clean as well. And then I have an additional combination lock here. I have this little pack safe locking system that I will sometimes lock my tote bag or my backpack to a leg of a chair, or if I know I'm going to be dozing off. This is something I will often do. But for right now, I'm really using it to hold this extra combination lock and my Apple AirTag. I am taking another mini Heroclip. I like using this in the bathroom to be able to hang up wet clothing, or if I wash out socks and underwear. I always wash out my compression socks, so it makes it very easy to just let these drip dry over the bathtub or the shower. This is a new purchase. I will also link this below, and I've really enjoyed using it. This one, and this also has the rubber band built in, and the cord is longer. Another neat feature about this is it tells you the way to actually wrap the cord, which is kind of cool. And it has an extra plug on one end. It has a USB-A and a USB-C on this side, another plug on this end, and then the 2 plugs on the front. So it's super easy to use, and I do like the fact that it has about a 3-foot cord. It's definitely much longer than my original power strip, and works out great, especially if you're sharing a room, or if you don't really have a lot of outlets available, this is so helpful. And if you use it in an airport, I'm sure you'll make friends very quickly too, because a lot of times some of the airports may be lacking in charging outlets, and this is so incredibly helpful to be able to solve that problem. I do love the fact that it's so, for what it is quite compact, and all of it is in one piece. You know, it's really nice, and it's the right depth that it fits right down into one of those little channels where the handle goes, so that the interior of your suitcase, you're kind of creating that flat surface to be able to pack on top of. Last couple of items here, you've seen this before. This is my milk frother, and I use this to make my matcha and my coffee every morning. The great thing about this is that it folds up, and when it folds up, it will not work. So you can't run the battery down while you're traveling. And this is another hook. These are from Muji. I have a couple of these. It makes a little S hook, so it's nice to be able to have this to hang your purse. The weight limit on this is not really high. I'd say 10 pounds. It's not a really strong like the Heroclips are, but I like to have this. You just never know when you're going to a hotel and when you're sharing a room with somebody, you know, how many hangers are they going to use? How many hooks, you know, are there hooks in the room to be able to hang and organize your things? And for me, I think that it's not really a big deal if I don't use the hooks or the Heroclips every time, but when I need them, I need them. And especially with being able to take some aluminum hooks with you, they don't weigh anything. And they really don't take up much room, nor does this plastic, or I think it's a high density plastic from Muji. It's just so helpful, and it's really great to have with you. And I also usually put either the Heroclip or this into my day bag even, because I'm never sure if a bathroom or public restroom that I'm using may or may not have hooks. It just helps to be able to keep my purse or my tote bag, whatever I'm taking with me as my everyday carry on my trip, it helps to just keep it off the bathroom floor. And speaking of hangers, the last thing, and I will also link these below. I've been testing these for about 6 months. These are great travel hangers. What I do like about these, I do have some from Muji that I also really like, and they're ultra compact. And I used them when I went to Turkey because I was trying to make a weight limit. These are a little bit heavier than that, but I do like the fact that they are more shaped like a traditional hanger in America. The ones that I have from Muji are more like travel size and almost like, I wouldn't say kid size. I'm not a very big person, but this holds the shoulders of the tops a lot better, or the layering pieces. It just kind of keeps the shoulders looking a little bit better than the smaller hangers, other hangers that I have. But I've been testing these for about 6 months. I can honestly say they are wonderful. The only thing is this inner piece here, this little C hook, doesn't always work in every hotel room, because some of the hangers the rods are different size. Like, it does work great on this hanger, but if the hanging rod in the closet is a little larger, this won't work, but these will. So this is a lot larger. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a lot larger than this hook. And what I do is I will hang this on the rod inside of the closet, and then I will add my hanger. And of course, there you go. So it hangs a little bit lower, but again, I'm short and I'm not taking big long dresses or ball gowns with me, so this works just fine. It's just a way to kind of MacGyver the situation, and especially if you are sharing quarters with someone else and don't really know, you know, they may want all the hangers, and if I have extras with me, I don't mind. And you can see that it folds up really compactly, and it comes in a set of 3, and they've been really great, and I highly recommend them because it's just nice to have this extra bit in your bag. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for watching the capsule wardrobe part of this video. And I look forward to checking back in and showing you the outfits that I put together for my 6 or so events and my 11 pieces. So take care. Thanks so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.
And I almost forgot. Here's your packing list. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Okay, I think that's a wrap.